What is up, everybody? First of all, hope you guys doing good, having, nice time, staying safe and healthy. And, we're doing another how to play video this week. We're going over Iana. I'm really excited for this one. I've had a lot of fun playing Iana. And yeah, let's do the subscriber shout out for this week. Shout out to Danielle Wiltsey. I really hope I pronounced that right. I'm sorry if I didn't. I appreciate you subscribing. And if you want a chance to be shouted out, be subscribed. And yeah, let's get on to this video. I'm really excited to share it with you all. First thing first, we're going to be going over the loadout. So the main loadout that I think everyone should be running, it would definitely be the G3. And I'd run it with ACOG, muzzle, and angled grip. And then, of course, you only have one option for a secondary, which is the pistol. And with that, I just use muzzle. And then lastly, the secondary gadget, I'd say use frag grenades. If you want to use smoke grenades, just know that it's probably to try and get your Geminis in a little bit more sneakily and confuse the enemies a lot more. But other than that, I definitely recommend using frags instead of smokes. If you're trying to do a little bit more damage, or maybe you find that you can hit your shots, just the G3 isn't doing enough damage and, a couple more damage could end off the person that you're trying to go against, use the ARX with ACOG, flash, and vertical grip. And then keep everything else the same. That's it for loadout, and then we'll go ahead and get into playstyle right now. For playstyle, I definitely say you're going to be more of a flexible or support role. You're not really going to be rushing in necessarily. It's more of a strategical rush if you were to do any rush at all. And so one thing that I just want to cover first and foremost is I see a lot of people using the Gemini, which is Iana's special gadget, basically just as another drone. And I think that's a really big waste of your utility. You're basically sending out a copy that acts pretty much exactly like any other person, and you can fool the enemy team and distract them in a way that no other operator necessarily can, besides maybe someone like Alibi. And people are just using it as drones. I think that's a really big waste. And my solution to this, you really want to get info, and you really want to fool the other team into thinking that you're not the Gemini, you're the real thing, and whatnot. So treat your Gemini as if you're playing like you'd actually play. You're playing like you'd actually head check. You're playing like you actually swing things, Play like you'd actually play when you're doing the Gemini. You're trying to deceive the people. You're trying to, so that maybe someone else can come in from a different angle and get them off. Or maybe they might use their nitro cells, their utility on you. Maybe they pop a Goyo shield. Maybe they pop one of their nitro cells on you. Get them to use their information, their utility on you. I think Iana definitely works best with a team. So, if you can get a couple people to run with you, then using your Geminis and then have them tag along with those Geminis to try and pull off some sort of move, that's pretty fun to do. And it works pretty well. It's pretty effective. Now, if you're solo queuing or if you're just by yourself, make sure to call out what you're seeing. Because, just like drones, people want to know information so that they can make the best move based on the information. And overall, use Geminis from one angle and then come in from another. So, I might send my Gemini in through one doorway, but I might be, pretty far away, or maybe I could come in through a window. This throws off the enemy team from thinking, again, that you're in one place, but really you're in another place. And it could be a big plus, especially because you'll know information about where you're going to enter, hopefully, just from a different angle. And so that means that you'll have the upper hand most likely. Yeah, that's pretty much it for the playstyle. Just keep things in mind, and overall, be a team player, call out things. And not only that, but, act like you're Iana, even when you're in your Gemini. And let's move on to the tips and tricks I've learned while playing Iana. So there's nothing too crazy for the just basic tips and tricks I've learned while playing Iana. Main thing is, if you can get an IQ or Thatcher on your team, that's really helpful, because the thing that I've struggled going up against the most, would be things like mute jammers, or say someone electrified a barbed wire. That really gets in the way of using your Geminis and your utility. Mute's probably the most annoying, because you can't necessarily find out from your Geminis where to look to shoot the mute jammer. And so, having Thatcher IQ really helps on those situations. And then lastly, be aware of how activating your Gemini warns the enemy team about what you're going to do. So for example, say you're the last person on a team and you're pretty close to the bomb site and you activate your Gemini. There's a certain sound that comes when you activate your Gemini, and so if I was the defender and I heard that pretty close to me, I would probably rush out to try and find wherever I heard that Gemini being activated, because you can't shoot me while you're in Gemini as Iana. So just be aware of those kind of things. If you activate it and someone's near you, you're probably gonna die if they know where you're gonna be at. And like I said, it lets off a certain sound when you activate it. There's a delay getting into the Gemini and getting out of it, so it's gonna be really hard to react if someone's really close to you and you see it somewhat late. And yeah, that's pretty much it for the tips and tricks. And yeah, thank you guys so much for watching this week's video. Feel free to subscribe if you haven't already. I post every Friday afternoon. Yeah, I just hope you guys doing good though, staying safe. I'll see you guys in the next one. Deuces.